All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Enjoy my voice. It's probably the sexiest it's ever going to get. Um, it's called laryngitis, everybody. But anyways, welcome to another episode of Paranormal. We are your hosts. I am Rachel, and we have
Lights, camera, action, dance.
wait for you to vogue it here.
Oh, if I had like a director's chair, I would have done so much more. Yes,
With
exactly. I'm one of those things.
the slap
Action.
ever. Oh my lord. Well, for those of you that don't know, we're actually recording on Thanksgiving right now. This is going to come out the week after, but it is Thanksgiving, and I gobbled, and I now wobble, and yeah, it's great.
I did all right. I made some really good desserts, but then I ate them, and that's the trouble. Is you make really delicious stuff and then you eat it.
I know. It's just how it
Yeah,
goes. My
exactly.
lord. My lord. But yeah, and we're actually recording on our 1 year anniversary, which is kind of cool. So this is
Oh,
our
happy
anniversary. This is our
anniversary.
anniversary episode.
I
We're
love
gonna
that.
just ruin everybody's favorite movies.
Yeah, we really are. But that's okay. Well,
Yeah.
not ruin them. I mean, if people are watching some of these movies being like, that was 100% real, then
I don't want to
uh,
be your friend. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I can't.
Oh, my thing just called out Susan. Oh, burn,
Yeah, Susan.
Susan.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
But so yeah,
dear.
so when this episode airs, it will be after our busy week in spooky season. So we will have
Yeah.
done 2 presentations and 2 public events or public investigations. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to say it now, we're tired.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we love doing what we do, but it's a lot.
Mhm.
Investigating is a lot, but then when you also have groups of people, because their energy is all what it's all wild, and you got to kind of be entertaining at the same time.
Mhm.
So we love it, but yeah, we're kind of glad that crazy weekend
Yeah, I
or
know.
week is over.
Yeah. And we still have 2 more crazy weekends.
Hmm.
But this weekend coming will
He will affect everyone. I have my spirit talker app on, people. If that's what you hear, that's what's going
shout
on.
out to Spotted Ghost again. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, this weekend coming, so the one that you're listening to now, like coming, we will be at Lang Pioneer Village again for their spooky All Hallows Eve event, which is like
Hmm.
one of our favorite events ever to participate in. And you can like come and chat with us, and then you can like wander the village and go into some of the buildings, and they've got like different activities at each building and different information, and it's very family friendly, so it's like something you should definitely bring your kids to, because yeah,
Yeah.
we got candy.
I unfortunately will not be there this year,
Yeah,
but I will be there in spirit, no pun intended.
we can always just put you on, you know
FaceTime.
sit
I
you on
might
the
be
table.
a little busy.
We'll just sit you on
Uh
the table, and we'll just have you not move until some little kid comes up like this, and you can be like, "What?"
exactly. I should.
Shit his
I'd be like,
pants.
what is
Perfect.
this? Done. Done.
It's like those like fortune tellers, like in the glass case.
Hmm.
That can be you.
Or it could just look like it's a picture, and I'll just be like a picture, and then someone will come over and I'll be like, what are you looking at? And they'll just shat themselves. And you'll be like,
Maybe I should bring
No.
like a box of Depends for people.
Yeah.
We'll give them candy and Depends.
Yeah. I love it.
Speaking of Depends, so today's episode is all about like paranormal movies, like of like every type of genre out there, and how Hollywood has made people really think that ghosts are out to always get them.
Yes, it's like Colin. Again, we're now calling out people.
Susan and
So,
Colin, 2 people that
yeah.
used to be a part of the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Great people though. Great people if they're listening. But yeah,
That's hilarious.
that's awesome though. That is awesome. But yeah, so the Hollywood
Oh,
effect as
let's get to it.
yeah,
Let's discuss what we mean by that, first of all.
yeah. So I have coined the term. I'm sure it's out there, but I call it the Hollywood effect. So the Hollywood effect for us is basically Hollywood sensationalizes on the paranormal and the spooky and the scary and the unknown. So they sensationalize it to monetize it to get you to view their movies because they need to make money. Their movies need to make money. But it kind of makes the spooky, the paranormal, ghosts. They sensationalize it to be these evil energies that are always out to get you, wanting to harm you, wanting to take over, wanting to murder you, wanting you to join them, blah blah blah. It's never like that. Never
Under
like,
the ground. That's what my
yeah.
thing just said.
Oh, exactly. See, to take
Mm-hmm.
you down with them. So like they definitely sensationalize, and I think for me, when I look back at all this, like something that when I first noticed it, was with the Blair Witch Project. That was like the first time I went like, wow, this is bullshit.
It's so interesting because that was kind of like the first of its genre, I guess, like that,
Yeah.
where it was like a homemade type of thing. I don't think I thought it was bullshit. I actually was like, thank God it's not like blood and gore, boobs, and
What did it say?
it said diabolical. But most of the other movies at that time was, like not CGI because that was not invented then, but it was, you know what I mean? It was like graphics and all this stupid shit.
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project it felt more real because it was filmed on a camcorder. It was just people. If I watched it now, I'd be like, I hated my life. Apparently, the spirit was not happy when they watched it. This is some bullshit.
Listen, Spirit, I agree.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah, I love that we're coming at this from two different things.
Yeah.
I kind of had that on my list as like finally something a little more interesting than, the usual chairs stacked up, doors
Yeah.
opening, a woman in white being like, or whatever. But yeah, now if I watched it, I'd probably be like, what kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah.
Like Paranormal Activity.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I had a friend that came over to my apartment and was like, listen, I really want to watch this movie, but I don't want to watch it with anybody other than you because I know this is what you actually do, right? I'm like, okay, let's watch it, right? And I'm like, that's not how that works. That's not how that. No, dude, like seriously, like you don't do that. Or
Mm-hmm.
what the hell kind of shit is this, right? Like it was so god awful. And they made how many sequels to it? Like,
I know.
and that is, and this is the sensationalizing where they get you because it's, people want that entertainment value. But then some people take it as this is how it actually is.
Right.
And it's not.
And so this is something else that I just potentially started watching the Blackwell Ghosts. And these are documentaries. There's like 8 in the series. And as I first started watching it, I saw clips of it on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, this actually looks like a guy's doing a proper investigation and he's capturing stuff. I was intrigued. Then I started watching it and very quickly was like, oh no, it's just fake. He's a good storyteller. But let's put it this way. If you're in a house that is haunted, no, a house, not a car, a house, and you hear crash bashing around, do you make sure you've got the camera with you and camera angles and you've set it up, or are you just going to go look, right? You're just going to go look. Like it was too staged. He's walking around and suddenly a door opens and he's like, oh, like super slowly so he makes sure he gets it in frame. Or he would set it up where he'd be like, come on, honey, let's make sure the door's locked. Quite, and videotaping it all. So that then later on when they come downstairs and the door's open, they're like, what? I locked it. Remember? I'm like, this is so dumb.
Uh,
But to like the layman that's watching it, it
yeah,
was exciting. It's
yeah,
entertaining. I'll
yeah,
put it that way.
yeah, and that's how they need to make their money, right? Like they have to make that money back to make it a
Mhm.
profitable movie, right? So when they're paying their actors and actresses in it, that it's not, digging into their own budget where now they're losing it,
Right.
right? Like all that kind of stuff. So, but like even when you look back at like Poltergeist and all that
Oh my
kind of
God. I'm
like
sorry. My thing
now,
just said there's a priest.
because I was going to say The Exorcist too, but but when you're going back
Oh.
to the 70s for these movies, um, it's a lot of again sensationalization for
Mhm.
the topic, right? Like, I'm sorry, but a poltergeist isn't going to put skeletons out of your pool, right? Like, neither are the natives
What?
at that point. And like pulling you into a TV doesn't know. But again, like that's the kind of stuff. And like obviously in the 70s and all that, you had satanic panic and all that, where people were like hanging on to this as this is like this.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of that has stayed with people, and now it's just kind of ingrained that ghosts and spirits are these evil entities that are going to come and get you. So when we get emails to the paranormal account all the time, people are terrified, and it's just
Mhm.
like, but you're just describing something that's like, you know, like we just got one where somebody's light turned on and they're terrified.
Mhm.
um and they want an explanation for it, and it's like it could just be very logical, and power surge, maybe your light bulb's messed up, who knows.
Exactly.
But a lot of people just go straight to the fear, and it's kind of overwhelming sometimes, because for us it's like no matter how
I need to make peace.
oh, well, now's your chance.
Exactly.
But now for us, when we try to explain it to people, sometimes it doesn't, people just don't want to believe it because they think it's evil.
Right.
It's like, but
Well, exactly. And I mean, so late 60s, early 70s, nothing like that had ever been done before. Like by the time we're talking like Alfred Hitchcock movies were coming out, like Psycho and stuff, that stuff was never done before. They weren't allowed to show things like that. People threw up in the theater to watch Psycho. That's not even about ghosts, really. But things like that hadn't been shown before. So then when we're starting to move into Exorcist or even Poltergeist, let's say, um, because no one had ever seen these things before, it's almost like Hollywood had the opportunity to put a name to the
mhm,
face, if you like, or a face to the name, I should say. And they sculpted what we think of as ghosts. Because prior to that, remember, you'd be kind of a nut bar if you talked about ghosts and things like that,
you
right?
still are a nut bar.
Right. It's a little more acceptable. But if you were like, I've seen a ghost, people were like, and here comes the cart to take you to the padded room. Like, no one was really, because imagine being like a psychic, clairvoyant medium back then. You were the weirdo on the street and people didn't talk to you.
Yeah,
You were the witch, you were the crazy one. So
yeah,
Hollywood sees an opportunity and now it's ingrained
mhm,
into us.
yeah,
But anyone that thinks a Slimer is going to come down the hallway at them,
and eat
no.
everything.
Exactly.
I have
Or
never met
this
met.
guy in the back.
I've never met a ghost that eats everything.
No, sorry. They buried me over there. Well, that's kind of true. You are actually buried over there.
In the
Ah,
cemetery down the street.
yes, exactly. Or wherever you got crushed on the property, you were probably just literally buried right there.
You never know.
Anyways.
We'll make
Oh,
a movie out of that.
wait. I'm with my family. Well, then I guess you're in the cemetery down the street. Okay, we've cleared that up. Moving on.
Next.
Yes. So we're here for people.
Oh my gosh. But then okay, so now you have like those ones that are like based on fictitious storylines. Now, how about we talk about the ones that are based on, you know, real, happenings like
Uh-huh.
Annabelle and The Conjuring and all that kind of stuff. Where yes, some of the story is real and it is based on true facts, but the majority of it is fake.
Yeah.
And
Because
people,
I think it would be very, very boring
yeah,
if they were like, this doll has some shit going on with it.
it looks like
The
Raggedy.
end. That's it.
Now it lives in
Some,
a glass case.
well, even the Amityville, let's talk about that one.
Yeah,
How
like
many movies have been made about that?
yeah, no kidding. It
And
is
I love,
based, it's based on true fact
yeah.
and a true story. Like most of it is true. It's just some or a
But,
lot.
well, here's what we should say. And this is a really great disclaimer that Hollywood gets away with. Then they're like, based on a true story. They could literally just be like, there was a family of 6, and that's it, and everything else is bullshit. I
Yeah,
don't really think the Amityville stuff happened the way they said it did. I think it was sensationalized quite a bit. Anyways, I'll maybe keep my opinion to myself. And certain couple were there and they sensationalized it a lot to get a lot of attention. And that kind of really kickstarted their career.
yep, agreed.
Now, I mean, I a Maleficent. Well, kind of in that house, I
Yeah,
suppose. So they say. Now, I have spoken to a couple of people who either lived down the street from this house when the stuff was happening, or they know someone who did. And they were like, it didn't happen the way they said it happened.
yeah,
And that's like any ghost show that you watch on TV. What they portray versus what really happens is quite different. Now, I think maybe only twice we've ever been on an investigation where shit has gone crazy from the moment we got there until the end. Most places we go to,
yeah,
it's kind of quiet.
yeah.
And that does not make for good TV. Like a bunch of us sitting around in the dark staring at each other going, is anybody here? Trees. So
Whose stomach was that?
yeah, exactly.
But we'll totally talk. Like we gotta show in the future here about TV shows. We will totally get into more of that
Oh,
then.
good.
Oh yes.
We can do that.
But it is the same. Like the TV shows and like the movies. Like it's a lot. It's again sensationalizing and blowing things up to make
Mhm.
them more than what they actually are. Because you again, they have to get the money. It's all about the money. It's the dollar signs in the end. What did
It
it?
says, I have to show you this. It says, it says, call out, as in, you call it out, sister. You tell it like it is. You tell the people it's bullshit. Yeah. So now, having said all that, oh, I don't know. Having said all that, anyone that's watching this on YouTube and can see the scene behind Rachel, this is a classic scene. Classic. Anyone who knows this scene knows they're about to shit their pants in about 30 seconds. And I tell you, I literally said this to you before we started filming. I was like, this scene right here terrified me as a child. And I think because, oh my God, it just said my childhood. Yes, it did scare me in my childhood. So, because it's semi relatable, like, especially old, creepy libraries and old, creepy people in libraries. So, and to be honest, in the 80s, how good are these graphics? Not so much when she goes, "Bleh," but for the time, you have to understand, people, we didn't have CGI and all that stuff. So the fact that she was so real,
Mhm.
and it scared the shibbity dibbities out of me. And it still kind of does to this day. I, yes, in the building. I can feel how I felt as a child.
I love it. See, that never scared me. That's probably when I knew I had a problem. But but if, for people who may not know this scene, it is
Oh, if you
literally,
don't know the
yeah,
scene,
if you don't know the scene, yeah,
go away.
you're not first. It's from the first Ghostbusters. Literally, like within the first like what 20 minutes, not even of
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie. Anyways, Ghostbusters. Let's talk about Ghostbusters. I think
All
this
right.
is one of the better movies about paranormal because it's a satire. Obviously, it's a comedy.
The original,
Yeah.
not the one with the women. Sorry, girls.
No,
That was
no.
shit.
When they said that's not a remake and it was a remake, I was peeved.
Yeah, it was shit.
The one that they did afterwards with the kids kind of was a bit better. Not gonna lie. It
I
was
didn't bother to
okay.
watch.
But the first two original Ghostbusters, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, the one with the kids, like the Frozen, whatever the hell it was, they actually brought back the original cast, which was actually pretty cool. And they
That
made
is good.
Harold Ramis an actual ghost. Like they actually CGI'd him in as a ghost, which
Oh.
was actually kind of cool too. So I will give him that much credit. But yeah, the first two. But it is one of the better movies about ghosts and spirits because it's kind of a little more realistic,
Mhm.
minus the proton packs and
And Slimer.
yeah, and Slimer and Stay
And the Marshmallow Man.
yeah, Stay Puffed. Even though I would love to have a big
So
giant.
technically, the reason Stay Puft came in is because Dan Aykroyd's character, who I can't remember his name, he thought of him. He manufactured him. Remember, they were like, clear your mind or whatever scary thing. So he conjured him. It's not like he was a ghost. He
Oh,
conjured him.
he was a giant marshmallow from an actual
Yeah,
package of marshmallows. Like
exactly. So they weren't trying to say like this is that's the second time it said people keep running. Who's running? Not me.
no, not me. Like I said, I ain't running, and if I'm running, there's a problem.
But yeah, I agree. There was a lot of good, like in the courtroom, the ghosts there were a little fake. Again, mid 80s.
Huh.
So we're just talking about graphics more than anything, but slightly realistic in the sense that these were two brothers sentenced to death with the electric chair and were pissed about it. So there's somewhat of a possibility there. But yeah.
And like, okay, speaking of 80s movies, let's talk about Beetlejuice. It's still one of my favorite movies. The
Okay.
second one was okay. Like I told everybody, you have to go in with the not Beetlejuice 1986 or whatever the hell it was. You got to go in thinking it is 2024. But Beetlejuice. Yeah. There's
It was okay.
it does have some good points with the ghosts and like the house and like Winona Ryder's character, like seeing them and like them trying to do things to get people out. Like that happened. That really does happen. So that's kind of good. Like the whole Beetlejuice thing. Like I don't know. He's supposed to be some demon with whatever. But it's something that's laughable, right? So
Well, it's kind of cute that how they make it so that the couple can't leave the house, because that kind of talks about why people get trapped, right? And so, because this is a thing people ask, like, why do you think people stay or whatever? And so it kind of clears up that. I don't really think it's because there's sand monsters outside. I don't believe that part of it, but it is
I suppose
cute.
like sandworms. Oh my god.
Stay out of the forest because the sand monsters are there.
That's amazing. There are like I think the 80s were like the best time for like the satirical comedies about the paranormal because well, Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice and well, there was Ghost and Patrick Swayze. I don't really
That was 90s, wasn't it? And it was, but
Was it 90?
that
Okay, I
I
gotta
don't know, maybe it was late 80s. I thought I was a bit older than that.
Hold on. We're gonna Google it. Ghost. Nope, not goats. Ghosts.
Goats. That's a whole other thing.
1990. So yeah, it was made in the 80s, came out
Right
in
on
the
the
90s.
cusp.
Yeah.
Now that one has something which I'm about to talk about in a minute. The whole good versus evil, heaven versus hell premise. Because before that, all ghosts just were like demonic and shitty and
Yeah.
evil, except for maybe Slimer, who, again, I don't even know what that was supposed to be, a ghost of a booger. I don't know.
He was
I don't
supposed
know
to
what.
be, I think he was originally supposed to be evil, but then everybody liked him and he was just like, oh, he's just a fat.
Yeah, but it's bizarre that how all their ghosts look like actual people though, except for Slimer. Slimer's just
Yeah.
this blobby green thing.
Yeah, but
Anyways, but I don't know why that is. But
we could do a
with
whole episode on Blobby
yes,
Green.
I guess so. With Ghost, the movie, with Patrick Swayze, here we see said fuck.
What did it just say?
It said fuck. My spirit talker said fuck. That's the first time I think it's really sworn like that. Well, shit. Um, that was an interesting one because, like I said, it was like good versus evil, right? And so we
Yeah.
have this good guy, Patrick Swayze, who gets murdered, um, and comes back as a ghost and finds a way to tell his ex-fiance that he was murdered. And then we have the guy that did it, um, who, is this bad guy and in life portrays or, is shown as a bad guy. So he lives in like the ghetto and the slums and he just looks like a bum. Whereas the good guy, has a good job and lives in a fancy home. And that really sort of drove home the whole if you do bad things, these scary ass black shadow things are gonna go out of the ground and drag you away. That was actually really scary. I'm not gonna lie. That was a scary thing back in the day. Um, and so the reason it's interesting is because I think prior to that, I didn't hear your voice unless you were the one that said fuck, in which case, um, most of the time, like I said, in a movie, ghosts are always just evil. They were always just sort of demonized things. There was no good ghost that made people go, "Oh, ones are here to tell us they got murdered and to correct it."
Like the ring, like the whole premises around like the ring was that this was it Japanese or whatever spirit was murdered. She was thrown in the well and died, and now she comes out and gets you. Like
I don't really even know. I remember watching it and being like, "What the fuck is
through
happening?"
your TV, nonetheless.
Yeah, we're gonna stay a while. Sure. Isn't it like The Grudge? I don't think that I've ever watched The Grudge, but isn't that like some kid who got murdered and was trying to, or some girl got murdered or something? I don't even know. I didn't watch it.
Something I don't know.
So,
I'm just looking at like all of these like what is it here? The best of ghost movies on IMDb, and it's like how many does it say here? 411 titles.
oh, good lord, since when? Since all times?
Yeah. Apparently, the number one movie about ghosts
Hmm.
was done in 1961, and it's called The Innocents.
Oh, well, now we're
I
gonna
don't.
have a movie night and watch that.
I think we probably talked about this before because not the movie, but the actual real story. It says a young governess for two children becomes convinced that the house and the grounds are haunted. Didn't we do something about that?
Isn't that The Others? And then it turns
Yeah,
out they are the others.
I was
Oh,
gonna
maybe
say.
that's what's
Yeah, and
interesting.
guess what number two is? The others.
Ghostbusters. Oh, what? Really? That was a good. No, there we go. That was a good movie because it. you didn't realize, obviously, they were ghosts until at the end when you realize they're ghosts. And then when you actually go back, if you watch it again and you know the ending, you'll see all the very subtle things that they do. Like they can't go outside, things start going missing because the new people are changing things around. Like it's when the
Yeah.
husband shows up, but he's dead and he's already like moving forward, but the mother and children are sick. It's pretty well done when you think about it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Sixth
I
Sense.
was just gonna say, like the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, when
It,
it's not to the end and you're like, what?
okay, I knew right at the beginning.
Oh,
I
did
was
you?
just like, this dude's dead. Anyways, yeah. Um, yeah. Just I knew.
I didn't at all. I was like, this is
Maybe
good.
it's because my brain works in weird ways because like it just like when I watch this,
I
I'm
would
like, that's not how
say,
it happens. It's like when I watch TV shows and people are like, this happens. And then like they show like the light turning on and off, and I'm like, that's this. And I'm yelling at the TV.
mhm.
Like, that's not a ghost.
I don't watch a lot of movies, but I don't I tend to know what's going to happen, or I'll know right away who did it. And then the whole movie, I'm just trying to prove that I know that they did it.
Yeah.
And then and Mark is just like, okay, shut up. I'm like, but they did it. He's like, no, they didn't. And then at the end, I'm like, "What? You see? And he'll just be
Oh,
like, whatever, man. I knew all along. Anyways, so let's talk about the fact that Melissa apparently is now being called out. Was there a Melissa on your team? Are we?
yeah, there was.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! Like, why are they roll call? Um. So, I mean, when you think of Hollywood, there's a few top players. So you've got like Disney, Warner Brothers. Now we've got Netflix coming into
Yeah.
play. These guys shape and determine what you see and what they want to portray. So at at the in my opinion, and I have to say in my opinion, the sort of elites that run the world drive home like a religious factor to things, shall we just
Mhm.
say. And so if they're pushing that narrative, they've got to make sure their movies push it as well. And so let's just say if a specific religion doesn't believe in ghosts per se, they're
Mhm.
going to make them horrible and demonic and evil because they're trying to drive home where most of the time when we see ghosts, what happens? There's some sort of religious person that comes along, and as long as the person's good, then they'll overcome the evil spirit. So I feel a lot of movies are portrayed in that
Yeah.
way, that ghosts are this evil. Oh, am I in danger because I'm calling out the elites? Okay, thanks. Thanks, phone, for having my back. We're about to be canceled.
Heads up.
Yeah. Um, so I do believe that there's that aspect to it,
Yeah.
that um they really want to kind of push that narrative of, you know, the
Mhm.
religious side of things, and that ghosts are not part of God's will, so therefore they are horrifically demonized and whatever. And as long as you live a good life, you'll go to live with God somewhere, something, something. The end. Whatever
Literally.
the Bible says.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Pardon my laryngitis. Anyways. So now like we've talked, so okay, we've talked about like true base, we've talked comedy, religion, kids, kids movies about ghosts.
Uh-huh.
I think like
Are
the
you talking
first.
like Casper? I don't know what other
Yes.
kids
Oh my
movies.
god. Did you never watch that? You had to have watched
No,
that.
okay, but not. I don't think I watched it in my younger years. I've
I
seen
was gonna
it
say, what
being
teenage girl
older,
what
and
teenage girl didn't want Casper?
okay. Well, I never saw it in my teens, so I can tell you right now, I did not, and I was like, "This is so shit." Sorry. Sorry, but I was like, this is the shittiest movie I've seen. Why is everyone like, oh, whisper? But I guess if you're a teen and when he becomes a human, you're like, oh my
Oh,
god.
Devin Sawa.
Sure. Then
Oh,
doesn't he become a ghost again?
yeah.
Does he become a ghost as well? What
No,
happens? So
no.
she just fucks a ghost? She's 12. I don't know why she's fucking,
Wow.
but whatever.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
didn't
god.
watch it all.
Then you've got your shows like the Haunted Mansion. Like Disney made a movie about the Haunted Mansion where they have their hitchhiking ghosts and all that. Somebody just died there, but anyways.
Is
Did you
that
not
where
hear
they
that?
died? I saw a clip of someone being
Yeah,
like carried out where they died, but I didn't know it was
yeah.
the haunted mansion.
They died on one of the little buggies that go through the Haunted Mansion. They died
I've
on the ride.
I've been to the haunted mansion and it's an actually really wicked ride. It's really good.
And it's really haunted too. Like it is actually a haunted like building. And now it's got one more.
Well, there's it's me making sounds. Um, so back to kids' movies. So there's Casper, but what else? What other?
Come on, do you not remember Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby?
Okay, first of all, you said a bunch of things there. Bill Cosby as a ghost. Imagine that. We don't even want him as a real human being. And now as a ghost, that would be scary. But no, I don't remember
He's a
Ghost
ghost
Dad.
now, anyways, isn't he? Is he dead? Didn't he die? Or is he still alive?
I don't know. He didn't
Somebody tell
die.
us. I don't know.
Google that shit. Did he die?
Well,
No.
let's cut is
They're still here. They're still good here. Is there with Bill Cosby? I don't know. Oh God, him as a ghost, he would just have free reign to do his things. Hibbity dibbity, I put in my pudding pop of the ghost penis in your mouth. I don't even know what I'm saying.
your Jello jigglers. Anyways, I think he is still alive. There's no
He's
death.
in jail, I
He
think.
was. He was. That he was released in 2021. So
What?
um,
I didn't know he was released that soon.
you
Well,
also
that's shitty. What is Ghost Dad?
let me hold on.
I
I
have
will
not seen it.
Ghost Dad. No, Ghost Sad. No, Ghost Dad. It's a film from 1990. Okay.
It
So,
says be wary of him. Yes, spirit talker. You're right.
so Ghost Dad came out in 1990, and it's about a man by the name of Elliot Hopper, who is a widowed single dad who is utterly fixated on his family's financial well-being. So he spends all his time working to secure a crucial business deal that would put his accounts in the black. However, this leaves his 3 children desperately wanting his attention. After a fatal car accident, Hopper, now a ghost, must clinch the deal from the afterlife to secure his children's futures. Along the way, he discovers all the bonding he'd been missing when he was alive. Dun dun dun. But like, these are the shows, like the movies about ghosts for children, right? And it's all literally has to do with a parent dying. For example, have you ever seen Jack Frost? It's a Christmas movie
Yes.
with Michael Keaton. So our Beetlejuice. Look, he's
Okay,
playing
well,
it again.
that's because have you ever noticed in Disney movies, the main character is either orphaned at the get-go or the parent dies in a horrific opening
Whoa,
scene in
whoa.
somehow.
Not entangled. Not
Thanks.
entangled.
Thanks, Disney.
Tangled.
No, Tangled has some abusive stepmother who just
No,
keeps her.
it wasn't a stepmother. It was a kidnapper.
Oh, oh, my spirit dog was like, no.
But yeah, like
I thought it was a stepmother. Okay.
you have Jack Frost too. So for those of you that don't know, Jack Frost also came out in 1998. I thought it was older than that.
Yeah, I thought so
And-
too. But let's face it, that's like quite some
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah,
It's almost like 20.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
But again, You know, this is a man who dies in a car accident and he comes back as a fucking snowman. Like his ghost goes into a snowman. Like,
Have
why?
you have you ever watched The Snowman? We're way off track, but I'll circle back. It's a cartoon. It's an English cartoon, and it's of this young boy who on Christmas Eve, uh, sorry, on Christmas Eve day, is a heavy snowfall, so he builds a snowman, like a full-size snowman. And then he goes to bed and he wakes up sort of hearing something and he looks out the window and the snowman comes to life. And the snowman flies up to his window and he's like, "Let's go." And they fly around. They buried me here. It's again. And then he flies around and they go to the North Pole and they meet Santa, and Santa gives the boy a scarf. And they're like, "Oh, that's great." And then the snowman's like, "We gotta go." They don't. There's no talking in it. It's all like musical. And then they fly home, and the little boy hugs the snowman, and he's like, "I love you," but they don't talk. And then the snowman goes like back to standing still, and the boy goes inside and wakes up in the morning and opens his gift, and it's the scarf Santa gave him. And he's like, "Oh my God." And he goes outside to tell the snowman, and the sun has melted the snowman.
What
Yeah.
the
Oh my God. It is the most horrendously sad thing you've ever watched. And you watch it every fucking Christmas. And it has that song, "We're walking in the air."
Oh
You
my
never heard
God.
that song? As soon as that starts playing, I'm like, and we would watch it every Christmas. Why?
It's like
Why
when
would
we
you watch
watch,
that?
listen, when we watch A Christmas Carol, again, it's ghost stories about Christmas, and they tailor it to kids now. And of course, the best one out there is A Muppets Christmas Carol. Like
Yeah.
CGI ghosts, yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
That one was terrifying. That first one, Ghosts of Christmas Past, terrifying. But yeah.
What? Ghost of Christmas Past? That's like a little fairy.
Have you not
Ghost of
seen A Muppets
Christmas.
Christmas? Have you not seen?
Yes.
It's not a
It's a
fairy. It's a like
fairy.
doll-faced, creepy
Okay, but
human
she's
thing.
supposed to be a fairy. The Ghost of Christmas Future. What? That's
That's the
terrifying.
Grim fucking
It
Reaper.
is it you know where it's really scary is in what's the one with Bill Murray? Grinched? No, not Grinched. What?
I don't know what you're
Scrooge? Scrooged.
talking about. It's the same thing.
But it's the exact same scary ass thing. You get to an elevator with it. Oh my God, that thing's terrifying.
Scrooge is just a
I
different version of the Christmas story.
I know. It's I played the Ghost of Christmas Present. You're welcome. At a school play. It was the best. It was the best. Actually, the girl that played the Ghost of Christmas Future was absolutely fucking terrifying. She was this tiny little, like, she weighed like 80 pounds, maybe less than that. And you could see all of her bones. And when she walked, she probably had something wrong with her now that I think about it, like rickets or something. But she walked like she was in a horror movie to begin with. Like, I don't know.
And that is
So
why she's
when
chosen.
when they put her in the stuff and she like fucking weirdly crept onto the stage, she was horrendously scary. So
Oh my
good
God.
for her. I hope
Have
she's
you,
still alive and she
have
doesn't
you,
have some horrific
oh my
disease.
God. Apologies in advance
Oh,
if you are listening.
that's England. I don't think we've crossed the border yet.
We got a lot of
Maybe.
followers from like all different places on
This is
Instagram. So
true.
shout out to you all. We'll do a shout out episode one day. Have you been on Netflix and watched the movie We Have a Ghost?
No.
Oh my God. So I thought it was like a kids movie, but they have it listed as a horror slash comedy. It's not really horror. And it came out in 2023. So it's fairly recent. The
We
cast,
have a ghost.
yeah. So the cast, David Harbour's in it. Like
You
Anthony
say that
Mackie,
like I know who that is.
Jennifer Coolidge is in it.
I
Yeah.
can't do her. I was
Yeah.
gonna do it, but
Tig Notaro's in it. Like it's actually really good. Jennifer Coolidge plays a psychic. She plays a medium. It is amazing. You need to watch this. So I found it fairly entertaining and fairly somewhat accurate, obviously sensationalized. Like, I was like, damn, I wish that could happen in real life, right? But it's definitely actually it's really good. Pretty much what it is a family moves into a new home. They discover that it's haunted by a ghost named Ernest.
All right.
And of course, what do? They turn it and try to sensationalize it on YouTube and social media. They do in real life.
Nice.
But then one of the main characters, Kevin, he helps Ernest get to the bottom of Ernest's mysterious past, and then they become the target of the CIA.
Naturally.
Right. So
Okay.
it's actually fairly good and it's fairly cute because at the beginning, Ernest can't leave the house.
Oh.
And then he's able to. And
Aww.
then they find out that he was murdered. And yeah. It's good. It's all right. It's kind of like one of my favorite ones.
I'll watch it.
You
I
should.
did start watching the documentary, quote unquote, The Haunted Tree, I think it's called, on Netflix. And at first, I was like, oh, this looks good. It's like some college kids, and one of them, it's based on like centered on the one guy, and he's
Oh,
like
is it?
a runner.
Yeah, I just watched that and I was like, this is so
It's
fucking
so
drawn out.
bullshit. The moment, so they have like the actors portraying, and then they
Yeah.
have the quote real
Yeah, the real.
people doing the interviews.
Yeah.
As soon as the quote real Chris came out, I'm like, well, this is fake as shit because he's a terrible actor. Terrible actor.
I
And then
watched it.
everything after that, I was like, this
I
this is
watched
just
that.
stupid.
When did I watch
I
that?
don't even
Last
know
week?
what happens because I was like,
And it
this.
was like 3 episodes, and they're long episodes. I'm like, this is the longest drawn out story I've ever watched. Right? Like, it was
Right.
so awful. And then they have another episode with a different story. And I'm like, you could have told this in 15 minutes. Like, you didn't have to draw
Yeah.
it bloody long. Like,
It started good when they were like calling the guy's name, the males. I was like, ooh, this is gonna be interesting. And then as soon as it started, like the girl that it quote attacks, and she's like, it kept calling your name. And that's exactly how she acted in the thing. I'm like, this
oh
sucks.
my
And
God.
I just couldn't watch anymore.
Yeah. But with that, We Have a Ghost show, like the movie, like, one of the things that I remember was like at the beginning, like the ghost tries to scare them away. So it's doing all this like creepy stuff. And then it is like, oh my God, they know who I am. And it turned nice. And I was like, shit, that's kind of like what happens with us.
I
Like,
was
do all this
just gonna
stuff.
say that.
They do all this stuff to be
Mhm.
like, let's freak these kids out. And then they're like, oh shit, they're not going anywhere. They actually know who we are. So might as well
Yeah.
be nice to them. So I
It's
found
funny
that was
because
probably more realistic than a lot of the stuff out there.
again, getting back to Hollywood. I mean, in all honesty, full disclosure, it's kind of boring a lot of times when you're ghost hunting, especially a new building for the first time, because um you're just getting familiar with the building. The ghosts are just getting familiar with you, if there's even any there. You don't know where the hot spots might be, blah blah blah. So that does not make for good TV. So I guess in movies, they need to recuperate their money, like you said. So they've got to do, I mean, scary sells, right?
Yeah.
That's why the news and newspapers are so popular because scary stuff, fear, that for some reason is something that gets people going. And that excites people. They want to be like edge of their seat. I don't know why we do, but we do.
Speaking of scary news, so I have CP24 on like in front of me right now because it was just on.
Hmm.
I muted it, and of course, I guess the Blue Jays lost, and the poor girl is standing outside, and she's trying to like do her last name's Dugan. Anyways, there's two drunk guys trying to fight behind live TV. It's just like, don't we have any brains, gentlemen?
Yeah. Is
Brains.
she like trying to scoot around
She
so
was
that they
like
can't
trying
see
to
him?
like walk away. She was like like
Oh my gosh.
scary
But
news.
yet that makes good TV. It does. Like, that's kind of what, in a way, people want to see. The
Yeah.
unknown scares people. that's why those like haunted houses, like the attractions, you go there wanting to be scared, almost knowing that it's not real per
Yeah.
se, but yet you want to be somewhat scared.
Yeah.
What's that device? Which one? I've got like
With haunted
three
place?
things on the go. It's a phone. I can't even go in to explain what a phone is. Sorry, Spirit. Catch up. Um,
Yeah, give it a program.
so I think that, that's kind of a big part of why Hollywood over dramatizes stuff and makes it so elaborate. Because again, I'll be honest, if I was watching a movie where people are like, "Can you say your name?" and then it's like 20 minutes of nothing, I would not, I'd want my money back. And so, I mean, for however long I've been doing it, for however long you've been doing this, there's not been a time that it's consistently chaos. Well, the place we cannot name for sure, but for the most part, there's a lot of, not a lot of stuff going on. And to be honest, I cannot say I've ever seen a full body apparition walk down the hallway at me like a person. Maybe that's because I don't think that's what ghosts are. But Hollywood, like, how do they portray it? That's scary, right? If they're like, it's just energy. Yeah,
How they
exactly. The
portray
person in your background.
it.
If they were like, it's just, I mean, how do you portray like frequency coming down the thing,
Yeah.
right? You've gotta, it's way scarier to have a person than it
Ghostbusters
would
just, yeah,
be.
they did that and they portrayed it as being slimed. That's literally how they
That
portrayed
would
it.
be scary. Okay. That's the Bill Cosby ghost.
It gives
um,
a whole new meaning to Jello jigglers now.
yes. It's the pudding pop. Anyways, ew. So yeah, I can understand why Hollywood does it. It's just a shame because I do believe we have a couple of people that attend our public investigations that full on think that's what's going to happen. Is
Listen,
like that character behind you is going to come walking around the corner and be like, "La."
if that happened, I'd be impressed. I don't think I'd be scared. I'd probably be shocked. Like shocked.
Yeah, like it's a tough one because you just don't know.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, we've had things happen and not run out of buildings. We've had stuff happen and run out of the building. Maybe not you, but it's
Usually
hard
at
to
me.
know. But then we've had things happen like at Quarters in the general store, um, where we know we're fully communicating with this spirit and the things that they are saying, and then they light up the equipment on
Mhm.
command. Like,
Well, it's just
that's
like,
real.
well, think about it. When we go to Wildwood, how many times have we had things where like, holy, and we're all still
Mhm.
standing there? Like the bang the last time we were there.
Right.
Or when we had, okay, the music box one, we didn't leave the building, we just left the second floor.
Yeah, that was you, me, and Kathy, right? But
Yeah.
there was a lot of things that were going on at that point. Plus, we had the voices. Plus, we had the footsteps upstairs. And we were like, we know for a fact no one's up there.
Mhm.
My thing just said that was her. Um,
I bet it was.
yeah. So, I mean, but again, if you are videoing that or making a movie out of that, it's creepy, but it's not like scare the shit out of you creepy, right?
Yeah.
I guess it would work more on that anticipation factor,
Yeah.
which was a sort of kind of what the Blair Witch project was about, where it's like there really wasn't anything scary that they showed you. It was the anticipation of fuck,
Yeah.
this happening. Um,
So not knowing what's coming next is what.
yes.
Yeah.
And again, that's the thing. Like most people have I don't want to say a fear of darkness, but are very uneasy in the darkness. And you're literally, even though you know nothing is down in your basement, if it's pitched back down there and you go down there, you're on edge. You think something's coming at you, no matter, even though you know nothing's down there.
Yeah.
So, and I think Hollywood has really,
Oh yeah.
done a number on us in that aspect, that
Yeah.
every single darkness, something's going to go out of it.
Yeah.
When it's really not.
No. But that's Hollywood for you. And the
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood effect. And that's what gives us great movies, and movies we laugh at, and movies we think, what the hell were they thinking?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but if you have a movie that you've seen about ghosts or something that you really enjoy and you thought was really, really good and kind of stayed true to those facts about ghosts and the paranormal, or you've got one that you know was like completely like ridiculous and so laughable, we'd love to hear it because we want to make this like big list
Yes.
of
The
what
do's
to
and
watch.
don'ts.
You know, what to watch if you need to have a good laugh, and what to watch if you need to have a what the moment, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
love to make those lists. So send us your suggestions. What did that say?
Said beware of the dark, which is hilarious because we
Which
were
is what
just
we were just
saying.
talking about. Jeez.
You're
But
right
yes,
on point.
so send us your suggestions. You can send them, via email. So it's paranormalpodcast@gmail.com, PAREHNORMAL podcast@gmail.com, or you can post on our Facebook or Instagram or our TikTok. And yeah, that's it for this week's episode. And next week's episode is about weird haunted places. And by weird, I mean places you probably didn't think were haunted. Or even thought, why would a ghost even be there?
Mm-hmm.
Like a bathroom or a bush. But
Then,
not a bush in a bathroom.
ooh.
Although
Yeah,
both could be
if
used
that's
for the same
haunted, I
purpose.
don't know.
But anyways, so stay tuned for
Yeah.
that one, because there's some doozies in there. Anyways, I like how you're laughing. Hopefully my voice will be back to its lovely self and not this way.
I
Gosh.
don't know, the sultriness of the voice.
Yeah.
Weird and wonderful
Well,
places.
I either sound like I'm an 80-year-old smoker, or I sound like my 13-year-old who's going through puberty. Either way.
All right. Well, either one, it's fine.
You guys love me either way. Anyways, have a great week, everyone. It is almost Halloween.
Yeah.
2 more weeks.
Wow. I'm gonna stop my thing.
All right. Have a great week, everyone, and we will talk next week. Bye.